Hi everyone, back with a really interesting project. These oars are for a client of ours from their cabin out. Where's the cabin, Kelly?
I think Maine.
I think it's up in Maine. And they're from the 1950s. And they're just beautiful old things. So she wanted these framed, and it presented a couple of problems. The first problem is she wants to be able to hang it vertically and horizontally. So the trick to something like this is you never want to put any kind of glue on the object. So now the thing is, how do we mount it down? This is jute, a very inexpensive type of string, which I think has a nice camp kind of look to it. And so this is tied around here with jute. Now, if we're just hanging vertically, we'd be all done. The problem is, if you just have it tied down and you hang it horizontally, these start to rock. And that's why I built these little brass clips that hold them nice and tight so they're really stable in there. The other problem that's presented is, this is the frame we used. It's deep enough for the oars. The problem is this is not wide enough to put heavy duty hardware on. So what I came up with is this build out here, which then gives me enough place to put the hardware so when it gets hung, the hardware won't show. Now, for the vertical hanging, I've got normal hardware this way, which is good. For the horizontal, if I tried to put a wire between here and here, it would stretch up so much the thing would, you'd see the hook. So this is going to be done standard mirror hanging style. And the other thing you may all be thinking, or maybe not, depending upon how much you think about stuff like this, of course, with this in place, you could never take this apart to get to the oars if this was permanently attached. This is on with screws. So if you ever wanted to access the oars again, you would undo the screws, this would come off, and then you take it apart like a regular frame. And I'm really happy with how this turned out. I think our client is going to love it. Thanks, everyone.